Hey everyone, welcome to M.A.E.
lipstick
Chats.
on your teeth.
Okay, now go.
Go!
Hey everyone, welcome to M.A.E. Chats, and today we're talking about how the summer I Turned Pretty captures the uncertainty of your 20s.
Indeed.
Yes. I want to say this quickly. I'm going to say it on here. I probably should have said this before we started, but I wrote this down the other day when I was thinking about this chat. I said, as someone who has been editing the socials, keep thy mouth shut when speaking. When someone else is speaking, if you must share thy opinion, tap thy sister on thy leg and wait patiently for thy chatter to die down.
Thank you for
Just
stating that.
wanted everyone to know that before we get going.
I appreciate that reminder.
We went to a Summer I Turned Pretty watch party
It was epic.
on Wednesday.
Best day of my life,
It was
personally.
so fun.
Just like
We'll have to link the vlog.
the most fun ever. It was in like a restaurant bar close to downtown Toronto. I'd
Yes.
say. It was wonderful. Matt and I had a hell of a time getting there.
Just gonna say.
I drove and we got stuck in this like back alleyway that I didn't even know existed. And it was like the backyards of people's homes, but it was like this little dirt road. We were like
So
in the
weird.
city. But like I went down that road because I thought it would get me back because we were on like a one-way street and I thought it would get me back to the main road because we were looking for parking. But it just like took
And
me
then
to
I
this like
called
dead
you
end.
and saved the day.
Yeah, and then Elle called us and said park in.
We were actually on the right road the whole.
We were.
We were actually on the right road the whole time.
But it
but we
just
was going the
stopped
wrong
talking and
direction.
tapped Ava's leg to start talking. Is that what just happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Go.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
my
Someone
turn?
speak.
Oh, no, sorry. So I think like we were watching it, we got really inspired for our show because when people were going absolutely feral for all, like this is the finale episode, obviously.
It was-
but I was like, I want people to go feral for our show.
It
I
was-
want this.
Sorry, I literally am breaking my own rule. It was so fun.
Touch thy leg.
Touch thy leg. Touch thy sister's leg. It was just like so fun to see how like emotionally invested everyone is. Like I was too. It was.
Yeah.
It
We were
was-
screaming at the
I
top
was
of our
screaming,
lungs.
and I mean I feel like everyone's.
Oh my
seen it
god!
by
And
now.
what made it
spoilers,
fun-
if you haven't watched it yet,
Click
there
off.
will be spoilers in this. So
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
not
that's a
watch.
great pre-warning there.
I'm just gonna say that because when I'm about to spoil something, Sue, this is your last chance. When she chased him to get to his train, we were literally screaming and banging the
Pounding
table
And
that
it
we
was
were
so
sitting
fun
on.
too because all like there was how many of us, like probably 100 or 200, and like everyone reacting at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and we were
So
all
much
screaming.
fun.
I
The
saw
whole
some
restaurant.
videos from other bars that did that, and the energy was not as good as ours.
I
Our
actually
bar,
like
we were screaming,
screaming.
like
And the-
screaming.
There was like a line out the door for like people who wanted to
Oh,
get
yeah.
into this watch party.
oh yeah,
And they had like I didn't even put this in. I made a little vlog on it for like social media, but like I didn't even put this in it. But they had a drink list that was like,
Oh,
It
what
was
did
so
Jordan get?
cute.
Our friend got.
Oh my god,
It was, like,
We went with
Dumpkin
Elle's work
something or,
friends. It
like-
was
something
really
to do
fun.
with a margarita. I think she made like pink margaritas in season 2 or something, and
It was like
something
the
like
"you
that.
shouldn't marry him" shot.
Yeah,
or, like,
There
Don't
was the,
marry
it was
him,
the
yeah.
don't marry him shot. Did you get a photo of it? You
I
can
did.
read them out.
I can, but that's not what we're talking.
It
about
was
today.
so hard to stay away from spoilers that day because we couldn't watch it. Comes out like what 3 a.m. or something,
Yeah.
and we couldn't watch
Oh my
it
gosh.
until the evening at like 8 o'clock. So, and I work in social media, so me and my coworker all day we were like desperate to stay, like, but like we had to go on social media because it was like
You had to
launch day
post.
for our company and we had to post stuff, but
Okay.
it was so hard to not get spoilers. But we like saw one spoiler, but it was literally just Jeremiah and Denise kissing. And
Who
we saw it
cares?
for like 0.5 seconds. We're like, whatever. If I saw like Belly at like the end, like
Yeah, no,
Belly
we
and
didn't.
Conrad
Thankfully,
seeing
like,
each other
I-
on the train, it would have ruined the episode for
Yeah, like
me.
thankfully I had no idea
Yeah.
what was gonna happen. But
It
wait,
was
this
hard.
is the
It was, like,
drinks.
Ava kept saying, "Stay safe out there." Oh yeah, read
Connie
out the
baby
drinks.
spritz, peach Bellini. I definitely said that wrong. Cacao is the bean. Oh my god, because of the cacao cake. The red bird and the don't marry him.
You
shot
missed
of
Belly's
tequila.
famous pomegranate
yeah.
margarita.
Belly's famous. Yeah. So they had all those. That was fun. I didn't
was
drink
so
any of
fun.
them because I don't drink. But
It
I
was
had
so
an
fun.
iced tea. But anyway. Oh wait, sorry. Let's get into today's topics.
The relevance of today's
The
episode to your
relevance of
20s.
today. Well, I just think like the third season, especially. I mean, the whole show is very like coming of age. You know, she's learning lots of lessons. But I feel like the third season was especially like the 20s experience. Like she went to college, she
Yeah.
left college, she left home. Like there was just like so much I feel like she was learning and growing through. And I saw this thing that they were saying, oh my god, wait, let me find it. Oh, they're saying just that like any age can enjoy it because it's very like psychologically rich in a way. Like I know it's just kind of like a young adult TV show, but they're
Yeah,
saying
I
like
saw-
it's very like it's like emotional time travel.
I saw
because-
someone comment something, and it was like, you know, it was another video because I think bars around the world were watching this show,
Yeah.
and like had watch parties. And I saw something where someone was like, "Isn't this show for like 17-year-olds?" And I was like, I feel like technically yes, but the fact that it resonates with so many people, I feel like just shows you how it is actually emotionally rich.
And I also think at the end of the day, it's about someone like who has to make really big life altering decisions or like what feels like life altering decisions. And she like doesn't even know herself yet. She's trying to like figure out like who she is and what she wants. And I saw this thing too that was saying that like dating both the brothers, which like, you know, she obviously gets a lot of flack for, was her like trying on or like trying to figure herself out and seeing like what love fits her, like what type of love, because apparently they were both very different types of love for her.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you what my favorite part was. And I think that this part was so real. I mean, it was after their very spicy makeup scene. And it was when they were in
Dressed by Taylor Swift.
Yeah, literally. They were in bed and they were talking before he left and started crying, and then she chased after him. But they were talking, and it was like she was like voicing, like she was like, "Oh, I thought you just loved me because your mom said you would, and then she died." And I was like, I feel like that's so valid. Of like
a concern.
Well, it's like also like it reminds you of like all the random concerns you have, and then you voice them out loud and you realize how silly they sound.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was a moment for them. It took them 4 years to get there.
Yeah.
Which was an excruciating
I think even
4
more.
years. I think even more maybe. But it was just like I remember that I saw an interview of the actors saying this, and they were just like, yeah, like once they voice those concerns, you realize how silly they were. And I feel like that's something that happens a lot in real life.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a really real moment.
I agree.
I think something that, you know, talking about different identities, I think something that I found very relatable and 20s, I guess like young adult specific, was when Belly moved to Paris and took on this new identity once again. Like Paris was a new identity and her way of finding herself. And I felt like at the end there was like this convergence of who she was at the beginning of the story, not even the season, but the story, who was like this super romantic, like heart on her sleeve, totally boy crazy, in love with Conrad. And then like the Parisian version of herself who was like trying to play it cool and independent and had her own identity and had nothing in her life, had nothing to do with the brothers. And I think it was almost like this full circle moment of like the convergence of those identities. And I think when you're in your young adulthood, like I think it starts in your teens, but into your 20s, like you're trying on all these different identities. And sometimes you're trying on different identities to get away from yourself. But I think in the end, like what we even learned through the love story with Belly and Conrad is that you can't escape yourself or like your authenticity. And I think that's been a really big lesson of my 20s, is trying, you know, doing my best to remain true to myself despite the negative experiences that I've had that have made me feel like I want to be different. So I feel better about myself. But in the end, you can't really, like, you're going to be miserable if you're not true to yourself.
Yeah.
True.
I think I think she, again, like it sounds silly because we're talking about a show, but I just feel like these are universal experiences. Like her leaving home, whether that means you go to college, even if you just like get a job, like there's a lot of different ways to like leave home and see what you're like in a different situation. And I feel like that teaches you a lot about yourself. And I feel like she realized that, like you said, she couldn't escape herself. It's almost like just because she's in this new location, like she still had to accept feelings
she's just the girl she's always been.
And insecurities about yourself and all these things. Like they don't just go away because like you move somewhere new or you start something different. Like it's just like I feel like sometimes though, I feel like moving away or doing different things can give you perspective.
Well, I think it's a bit of I think it was a bit of both for Belly in The Summer I Turned Pretty. I think part of it was very healthy for her and she needed it. And I think another part was her way of trying to escape the things that were really painful back home.
Yeah.
Which you can
I think
never
that was the
really-
main thing.
Yeah, like that was the main thing. But I think she built a life there,
"Peace,
and
Jeremiah.
you know,
Keep
yeah.
getting that champagne from your dad from our wedding.
Yeah, seriously.
You needed to stop doing that.
Yeah. Another funny thought I had, which is kind of random, but I remember like watching The Summer I Turned Pretty and the finale, and I was just thinking like, wow, like I am just trying to find one.
I know, and she's 2.
She's had like 3
But
or something.
in
We're
my
also
opinion-
rewatching The Vampire Diaries right now, so we're like in a really
We're in a love
triangle
triangle
heavy
zone,
place.
yeah.
Love triangle heavy.
And
I actually would never wish a love triangle on
I
myself.
would never
It
wish
looks
a love
so
triangle.
stressful.
Oh my gosh.
the
like
stress and anxiety.
that would
Well, they were
be
saying
I
too-
don't wish that on anyone.
Wait, there's something else I saw that I thought was
Unless you
interesting.
do want to be in a love
Unless
triangle.
you want that, then
Go for
it. Live
Oh
your
my
dreams.
goodness, yeah, live your life.
Live that. We know people who have had love
But-
triangles and they've had happy endings, so
Oh, no, there's this thing, and it was like talking about how Jeremiah and Conrad or whatever, the 2 guys in the show, were like 2 very different types of people, and she was like weighing emotional fulfillment against emotional security, because Conrad made her apparently feel like emotionally fulfilled because he was like her true love, but like Jeremiah was very safe. But like I also think it's interesting that she had to wait.
Jeremiah was her best friend. Hot take.
Yeah, he was. That's what they're saying. Is like he was the safer
I actually
option.
don't think that's a hot
He
take.
was
I think that's
there.
actually
But it doesn't
very-
mean he was the right choice. But I also don't think Conrad was the right choice like earlier on in the show because he was
They
just
kinda grew
extremely
into-
emotionally unavailable.
yeah, which
But
is
then he
not,
went
you
to
don't want
therapy.
that.
Then he went to therapy. I think she could have used
Which
therapy
hangs-
too.
It's very rare, but it's great that happened.
Yeah, but I think she maybe could have used that too.
Oh, 100%.
But she got there at the end, you
She
know, like
did.
she didn't necessarily
She
go to
did.
therapy, but I feel like she
She had a lot of
I think there would
self-reflection in
be-
Paris.
Yeah,
I think
she
there'd be
had
a lot
space.
less
She
conflict.
held space for
if-
herself.
Yeah. I think there'd be a lot less conflict if they went to therapy.
But then there wouldn't be a show.
But then there wouldn't be a show.
The
Like
thing
in
that-
real life, you want
Also, if
therapy.
you read the books, it makes a lot more sense
Well,
because
I-
her inner dialogue is like she doesn't want to be this way.
It gives you perspective reading the book.
She's
like
trying her best.
Elle and I read the books a few years ago, and it really does give you
a
perspective.
few years ago. I read it like 3 months ago.
I think the thing that's
you
good
read
about
it this year. I read it a few years ago.
Actually, I read it at the end of last year.
Maddie's tapping.
I was just gonna say, I think the thing that I like about The Summer I Turned Pretty in the story is that they don't shy away from the vulnerability of Belly from each season, like from one season to the next. Like she's what?
This whole rundown is killing me.
No, but like we're reflecting. I think
funny.
it's good that they like lean into the vulnerable, the embarrassing, the painful.
Oh yeah.
You know, like
she does so many.
that's what it's
embarrassing
like.
things.
Honestly, there's so many like
Bless her.
She makes bad
Yeah.
choices. Listen,
Yeah.
we all sometimes make bad choices. I mean,
Yeah.
we try not to, but mistakes happen, and I feel like she makes a lot of mistakes, and that's very human of
But
her.
then you look like, but then she.
I love
learns from
Belly. I've
them.
never not liked Belly. Anyone who
Yeah,
doesn't like
I don't
Belly
think-
just doesn't see that she's actually a good person. She's just
I
just
just think-
having a hard time.
You know what I think? I think she's just trying her best. You know,
She is.
Mhm.
And honestly, if you read the books, then you'll know her inner dialogue explains a lot.
she's not trying to rip the family apart. She's just trying to. she's
Girl
trying
is
to
just
live.
living her life. It's not her fault
It's
that she
not.
was gifted 2 brothers at
Who
birth.
both liked her.
Who both are in love with her.
That's crazy.
Like, let the girl live.
She's this is what I said. She's an unapologetically human, and she's a work in progress. Like we
Yeah.
all are.
And I also like. Wow, these are sounding so corny.
They are. It's very cliche, but like
So
I just feel
cliche.
like, honestly though, like I feel like life is cliche. Like we all go
So
through
happy
stuff.
for my
we've always
close
said that,
personal
like,
friend Conrad.
remember you
Me
guys
too.
were being like, oh my gosh, rom-coms can be so cringy. And then you're like, love is cringy. Like it is that
So
extreme.
cringy.
It is
Because it's love.
It's just like pesky little feelings
Pesky little feelings.
for other
so
people.
you to call them pesky.
gosh.
Yeah, they are pesky. You know how I've seen these memes where it's like, oh no, one day when I get married, my family's gonna know I have feelings. That's how I feel.
I don't think that's true.
You guys know I have feelings in other departments.
We
but-
know, we all know you have feelings. No one thinks you don't. You're a very empathetic, compassionate person. You're not stone cold.
Oh, that's not what I'm saying.
No, but I'm just saying,
definitely
like,
not.
yeah, but you,
I'm
like,
the
you're-
opposite
you're,
of
you're
stone
talking
cold.
like you're like, no, you don't show your feelings.
No,
like,
I mean like for another person that's outside of the family and my friends.
oh,
For a boy, if you will.
for a boy.
Yeah.
That I have to share the boy will come to me. How do I explain that meme?
Oh, it's just a
Voldemort.
And he's talking about Harry Potter, and he's saying, the boy will come to me. And I've seen memes about it where it's like, that's
Draco's
That's
dad
the
is like,
vibe.
why don't you just go to the boy yourself?
No, the boy must come to me.
Yeah, the boy must come.
This
to
is
me.
gonna be a
boy
tough
must come
podcast
to
to
me. Come to me.
Don't you understand?
Don't you understand?
The boy will come to
This is gonna be a tough podcast to watch for people who aren't into like movies and shows.
Yeah, we apologize.
Like if you haven't seen Harry Potter,
The thing
or
is
Somewhere I Turned
yeah,
Pretty,
you're
like,
gonna be lost.
comment
right
down
now.
below
The
if you're
nature-
confused.
The nature of our ways as well is that we watch shows, and when people, big audiences, obsess over them, we look at them and go, "Why did everyone obsess over this?" Because we want our show to
We
be
want
obsessed.
people to obsess
Everyone-
over our
we want
show.
people to have that.
That's just the
over our
dream. Like,
future
don't
show.
you like? I want people in bars shouting out a scream
Yes.
for our show. Like, that's just the
100%.
dream.
Made us
Jenny
feel
Hahn,
like
you are
maybe we
living.
want-
Wait, Jenny
Yeah.
Jenny Hahn, you're living the dream. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Whenever Stranger Things comes out, I always also feel that way about Stranger Things as well.
It's a
Because it's like
moment.
a cultural moment,
Mhm.
and
I love it when that happens.
I would
like,
love that to
everyone-
happen for us. And also, this experience is making us feel like we should have a love triangle on our show. So, just
Yeah,
let
but
us know
I
if
don't
you think
know.
that's
I
a
don't know
vibe or
about
not.
that.
Yeah, I don't know
Definitely
yet.
Love interest.
Love
but-
interest for sure, but I know we were just talking about that today.
Like y'all were like, I thought y'all were sold on that.
Maddie, you were.
I was this morning.
Her mind changes
I don't
all
even
the
know
time.
my next move.
No, we never do.
You are unpredictable.
You
She
really
is
a
are.
loose
loose
myself.
cannon, foolish girl who
I
needs
am.
some medication.
I am, yeah. I am our
So
model.
true. That's so true. How many times have I said that in my life? Okay, wait. I had another thing. Oh my god, all these are so cliche, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I feel like it's it's just part of life. The journey of becoming yourself is never a straight line, but a winding, chaotic, and ultimately beautiful process.
Beautiful.
It's
Is
true.
that what you'd say?
Is that what I'd say?
What are you referencing specifically? Just belly?
That was like something that I saw a little nugget online about Belly.
Oh,
And I agree because I think it's like she makes a ton of mistakes. She does a lot of like crazy things, but at the end of the day, like she did get to a point where she quote unquote found herself.
You
I don't
know-
know if you ever truly do find yourself though. I feel like you're constantly like going through changes.
yeah, that's kind of scary.
Like I don't think why?
I don't know. Like I feel like feeling lost to me. Like I don't like that.
You have control
feeling.
issues though.
Do I? I guess I do.
Yeah.
I remember being like a teenager and being like, I feel lost. This doesn't feel good.
Yeah, but you're always
Oh,
going to be a
no.
little bit lost. Who
And
said
then there's
this?
those quotes that there's like, there's pleasure in the
Who
pathless
said this? I
woods.
think-
I'm like, I don't like no path.
I think
I
Josie
need
said,
a
wait,
path, even if I make it myself. Go ahead.
I think Josie said this. Sorry, that was an email.
Who
Wasn't-
emailed you?
It wasn't a job, that's for sure.
That's what we were curious.
Know
That's
that.
what we want to know.
I had a couple interviews this week. We'll see. Not getting my hopes up. But what was I saying?
She doesn't want to work in the bar like Belly did.
No.
Belly
I've
doesn't
already
want to
done
go
the
back there.
serving
She's done
thing.
the serving thing.
I've
were
considered
you gonna
retail,
say?
but I don't.
I was talking about being lost and how.
Oh, I think
don't
it was
like
Josie actually that said this. One of our guests, Josie Santee.
Oh,
I
little
think it was
lost
her.
and a little found.
Yeah, she said I've always felt a little lost and a little found, and I think that's normal.
That's
and
adorable.
I know.
I don't remember that.
Well, you didn't edit it. I did. Sorry,
It's
that
true.
wasn't meant to sound sassy. But
No,
it
no, no.
did.
I have a problem with forgetting things.
That's okay.
Like honestly,
forgot about
Belly's
that.
like whole story is like my worst nightmare.
Wow.
Like that. Whole
Don't tell Belly
thing.
that. Belly, if you're watching,
Even
I'm
No, it's like
Conrad?
so entertaining and fun to watch, but like
Conrad is not a nightmare.
no, that's not what I'm saying. I just
I
like
used an AI. Should I tell them I used?
yes, get into the yes.
One of my friends sent me a photo that she had AI generated herself in a Polaroid with Conrad, and it looked so cute. And she sent the prompt. She was like, just in case anyone wants. It was in a group chat. She's like, just in case anyone wants to use it. And I was in the car. We were on our way to Ottawa for a wedding, and I was like, you know what? I just finished my work day.
Oh, do you want to make a wish?
Oh, should I wish for Conrad?
He's already got his girl L.
It's like with Conrad,
I
you know,
haven't
that's like
seen it
may
yet.
this
It's
love
gone.
find me. What did you say? May
May this love attack me.
Yeah, honestly.
Well, once they figured their shit
Yeah,
out.
not the
Before that, I
early
don't want
days.
that to attack me.
He was,
But what I was gonna
he was
say
a
is I put in
problem
the
in the beginning.
prompt into, I believe it was Google AI or something. It's like called Gemini or something, and what turned out to be a beautiful Polaroid of me and Conrad now lives in my phone.
You guys
And
would be
it's
a
like,
cute
it was so
couple.
We
funny
look
'cause you were
adorable
like
together.
this.
We were like this,
It's
head
so
on
holding
shoulder,
hands.
No, we were
Holding
holding hands.
You guys look like a cute couple, honestly.
Yeah, you did.
I shipped it.
I know, but
ship
I
it,
ship
yeah.
Belly and him too hard to want me to replace her.
Yeah,
He's also a fictional
I
character.
actually too watching The Summer I Turned Pretty. Like, I already knew this, but like, I feel like this
What?
might be like.
Yeah.
I don't think this is controversial because it's not. But like,
Wait, I wanted to say something about the lost and found thing after.
okay, do you want to say it now?
I want to know whatever you were gonna
Well,
say.
I was just saying, like, the whole online dating stuff just doesn't work for me. Like, that's been a part of, like, my authenticity with, like, dating. How many times have I said this before?
Yes.
Well, no, like, on the podcast. Have I said this
that?
before on the
One
podcast?
side's enough.
Have
All
I
I
said
do
this?
is copy.
I don't know. Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
it's like I
I'll
want to
tell
meet
you.
cute. Like, we've talked about this.
Oh yeah.
I want to meet
Who
cute.
doesn't?
I want an in-person meet cute. I want it to be that story where, like, you know, I'm with my husband 30 years later and like, how did you guys meet? And it's like this wonderful,
you look
great,
at him and you're
beautiful
like,
story.
He had this
You're
really
like,
funny
honey.
prompt on him.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want that.
He commented
Being
on my
online
lemon
dating-
photo.
Online dating showed
Remember
me
the
that
lemon
that's
photo?
not what I want.
Maddie had a photo on there that was like her with the
Oh my
bucket of
God.
lemons
No, guys, you
from
wouldn't even believe it.
our cousin's.
Yeah, I was just like
bridal
holding
shower?
lemons. Yeah, and then the prompt was like, guess where this photo was taken or something.
Oh my goodness.
That photo, without fail, I changed my profile many times. That photo, without fail, got the most likes, the most comments, the most engagement.
I feel like it's
And I
because it
love
was
it.
just easy to spark conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they were like, oh my God, she's carrying a bucket of lemons. I can comment
like,
on
what
it.
life gives you lemons?
No, literally.
Make lemonade.
Because it was
That's
like
what
they
they said
didn't
all the
have to
time.
call you pretty. They didn't have to do anything like that. Because other photos of yourself, like, what are you gonna say? Like, all you can
So
really say is
true.
like,
Oh
you
my-
look nice.
pretty.
So it's like they were like, oh my God, I can say something. I was not made for
Wow,
that
such
app. I feel
awful
like
people.
I just
No,
For
it's
calling
just
you
it's such
pretty.
no, that's oh my God. I'm not trying to be a brat.
I'm yanking
I'm
your
just saying
chain.
the thing I do.
What?
It's not
I
them.
missed
It's not
that.
the guys on there. It's the how you meet, the situation. Like it's so void of.
I'd
feeling.
love to go on
Like,
there and
I
just like
hate
pull
texting.
pranks.
Oh
Like prank.
Also,
but that's
you would
mean.
have so much.
Also,
fun.
you
that's
get someone's
mean.
vibe
I don't
way
wanna
faster
do
when
that.
you're in person.
Yes, you're going in blind online. I don't care how good you are at reading.
Belly
stuff,
did an
like,
online date. Look at her now. She's
look
happy.
Exactly. That's the takeaway.
We're always-
Just
She was
have
in
a meet
Paris with
cute.
We're always
Conrad.
chatting on
Have a
online
real
dating.
life
We are
meet
just
cute.
speaking from Maddie's experience.
Just from my experience
Lots
and
of
my
people
personal
meet on there.
preference.
Only her
It's
experience.
just my personal preference. That's what I learned was that on my own little journey.
I heard
in
a
my
theory
20s.
that
Wait, I gotta say
most
lost
people
and
who
found
found
thing.
each other
Oh, yeah.
online was during 2020.
Apparently.
COVID.
Rumor has it.
Which I believe
Listen,
that.
it's still a very
I
viable
honestly
option for
believe it.
people. Maddie just doesn't want to go on there, and neither do we, but we never really
It's
wanted
not
to.
worth the
Maddie's
time or
not down
energy.
for it anymore.
It's exhausting.
Anyway, we're getting off topic.
We are. I was
Well,
gonna
no,
say
we're on
something
topic
about
'cause
the
that was
lost.
part of. I was saying that was the part of my journey.
Did Belly meet Conrad on a dating app? I don't think so.
She did not exactly.
Oh my God! Remember that
takeaway.
guy that she dated in the first season?
Cam Cameron?
Yeah.
I'm such a
Was
Cam
where did he
Cameron
go?
Yes,
Where did that
Okay,
guy
I
go?
don't
because I read
remember.
them recently.
Recently. No, I was
Not
gonna
sure if
say
I should
about the
admit that,
lost
but-
and found thing that we coming back to that earlier topic is I feel like my hair is expanding. Oh my goodness. That's okay. But I was gonna say that the lost and found thing from earlier. I think it's healthy to be a little bit lost and a little bit found because like I don't know if this is gonna sound weird or not, but like until you're at the end of your life, like you are going to be a little lost and a little found because there's like always new things happening. Like nothing can stay the same.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you're
It's
going
like
to be a
the
little
only
lost
constant-
and a little found.
Are you saying it's like the only like that saying the only constant in life is change? Is
yeah,
that kind
because
of
it's like,
where
which
you're
is a
going?
great thing because if you're going through a tough time, it means things are going to change. And if you're in a good time of life, then things could even get better. You never
Guess
know.
what I was just
It's
thinking
very
about.
optimistic.
Yeah, no, I seriously do think. But I also
Guess
think
what I was just
any
thinking about?
change
What?
that has happened in my
A Belly
life
and
that
Conrad edit.
wait, can I just okay.
Sorry.
No, it's
continue.
okay. I was just gonna say too that I feel like any change in my life,
Go to
negative.
bed. Take
Hey.
a nap.
Go
Sorry.
ahead, Aves.
I was just gonna say that any change in my life, negative or positive, has almost always had a positive outcome.
You have a really good attitude about that. I must say.
yeah, but it's true because you always learn something.
I agree because I believe everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, I just think like you always look back and you're like, oh,
Sometimes
that really.
things happen. You're like, ooh, that wasn't great, but I guess it did happen for this reason.
But then you look back, and you're like, oh, that taught me this.
I wonder if
and
there's-
I haven't made that mistake again because of that lesson. And that's
And I think
That
this is
is
something we've
lesson.
talked about in that topic. I think we've talked about this before. I don't think we've said this on the podcast, but tell me if I'm repeating myself. Where when you're going through things, you don't know the lesson yet. And that's
No.
partly what's hard about it, is that you don't have hindsight. So you're just kind of like, I'm going through something. I know I'm going to learn something. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. I don't know how it's going to turn out.
I was talking about that this summer with my best friend Jenna. Wink,
Wink,
wink, because I was crashing out, and then she came over.
Diva
and
was
we,
down.
and we talked
Diva
about everything, and
down.
just talking about the uncertainty of the times, and just how, whenever you're going through a tough time, there's always something you're learning and you don't know it in the moment because you're still learning it. And then it's like upon reflection, you'll be like, oh, that's what I learned in this moment. It's either one thing or multiple things because nothing's black and white. So you probably learned a mixture of things.
And in addition to that, I think like when you hit rock bottom or you're at a low point, even if it's not rock bottom, I think everything like builds like a foundation. So it's like one little piece might come together and then another little piece will come together. Like not everything comes together at the exact same time. I think, or if it does come together at the exact same time, it's the product of a bunch of things compounding that you didn't realize.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like, it's not like, you know, we talk about that with like an overnight success, but the same goes for all these important pillars of your life.
Yeah.
Even with a love story, I think like when you meet the right person, you're like, oh yeah, I know how this, you know, like what am I saying? Everything
I don't know what you're
leads
saying.
to where you're going. Am I being unclear?
No, I think you're good. I think you're saying that like life is like building blocks.
Yeah.
And that you're always building up to like the moment that you're in right now. But it's like, well, it's like you can say that about, you know, positive and negative things. Like, again, we all have reactions to things based off past experiences. Yeah, no, it's so true. And I think like that's part of the building blocks.
Like I had a crash out last night and it was a product of all these things I hadn't dealt with all coming to the surface at the same time. Like it didn't come out of nowhere. It was all these like things gradually spilling over, and the same it can happen in a good way too. But I think it's a good way to track your progress and feel good about, you know, even if you're not at your be all end all, whatever your goal is, whether that's like any area of your life, I think you can track your progress in the sense of like, oh well, I've built this one little thing and that's good, and I'm trying to build this next thing.
I also think the building blocks help you. Like I saw this thing too where I think Mackenzie Drazen, one of our guests. Yeah, Mackenzie Drazen.
Oh yeah,
sorry.
She was just married.
She's married.
last year, so we're getting used to it.
But we've known her a while now, so we're still getting used to it.
That's right.
But Mackenzie Drazen Cook, one of our guests and our very dear friend, said this. But she said that going through hard things is difficult, but it also is helpful because it can help you relate to people. It gives you perspective. It helps you learn how to deal with difficult things. And I just think that's one of those building blocks. Like your building blocks are like, I don't know why we're going so deep into this.
Because we're in it right now. That's why
I think it's just like the building blocks are like positive and negative experiences that create who you are.
Just like in The Summer I Turned Pretty. That's why they had the happy ending, because
But I was going to say, there's all these building blocks. Sorry, to take it back to the show, is just like the two characters, Conrad and Belly, like they, for anyone who hasn't watched it, they have all these positive and negative building blocks of their relationship. And I feel like that's actually what makes it meaningful at the end, is that like even like his mother died and she knew his mom and like was very close with her, and like that was one of the building blocks of their relationship, even though it was really hard. But I feel like that was part of like what brought them together. Yeah. But then also all these other positive experiences of like
that's
growing
what she
up
was
together,
worried about, is
like,
that she said you only love me because your mom loved me.
Yeah, but it's also
now
because
she's dead.
it's also because they grew up together, and then even when she passed, they had a connection.
But he said every version of me has loved you. Is that not what he said?
Aves, I honestly think you ate with that.
Thank you. But I was thinking about it even in my own life. Like I just think, you know, we've gone through a lot of positive and negative experiences in our life, like Maddie's health and everything. Like those were negative building blocks.
Also grief. Like I don't know if we've ever talked about that, but like during COVID, and actually none of these people died from COVID, ironically, or whatever.
But during that time,
there's literally during 2020, 2021, every 3 or 4 months, without fail, someone passed away, to the point that I think it was 4 or 5.
It got to the point where it was like, okay, who's next?
Oh my God, how much more grief can I take? Like,
and you were struggling with your health at the time.
And I was struggling with my health. And it was like very, you know, a dark place. But they're all like important people.
But you know what that, again, building block has taught me is in this moment of, you know, like this summer where I've gone through like a big adjustment of like having to get a job. Maddie and Elle have gotten jobs, and like all of our work up until this point has been together. So it's been like a really big adjustment for me in particular, because I'm the last one to like have that adjustment of getting a job. Like I'm the last one left in like the old life, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Act 1 world.
Yeah, like I'm like screenwriting
joke.
But yeah, no, like I'm the only one last. Yeah, we're
so
nerds.
So cultured. Not cultured. We're so informed.
But again, that like the tough moments of my past taught me that this too shall pass. Like because I've been through harder things before, and I've gotten through it.
Yeah.
And
that's what that really
came out the other side. And I just think like that teaches you like those building blocks.
Remember that really
resilience.
hard summer we had when we were 17? It was like we were going through a really tough time because of Maddie's health, and then it passed. And I remember in it, you were kind of like, "Is
I
this
felt
gonna
like it
pass?"
would never.
And
It was
you felt
never
like it would
gonna
never
go
end.
away.
So that did teach us that. Where I remember thinking that too when it ended.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, that was a really hard time," and it felt like we were never gonna leave that. And
and the
and now
chapter
anytime we're going through a hard chapter, I just think back to those moments, and I'm like, "Oh, it'll pass."
Also,
don't
like
worry.
this might sound corny,
This
but I
too shall pass.
I also am grateful I've been through hard things in a way, because if other people are going through hard things, like I know how to speak to it. Not that I know other people's experiences, but I know
You understand
I
on some
understand
And-
on some level what it feels like to go through something really hard.
It
And
grows
on
your
that note,
compassion.
And it's like
and empathy.
how nice that you can connect with someone over that and maybe make them feel better and less alone, like
Yeah.
just because you've gone through something in the past.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
think
and
that's a
thank
really
God
beautiful
Conrad
thing.
went through that really difficult time of losing his mom, because I think it
Gave him
gave
perspective.
him a lot of
Yeah.
perspective, and he
Yeah.
reflected a lot.
Well, I think
And
like
I think
sorry.
that's when he realized he
loved her.
Belly.
Yeah, but I
But
think
then
like
she
I
was
think
a
that happens a lot
Jeremiah.
with people. I think you
Terrible.
go through some hard things, and I think like
Yeah,
I even
it
remember
gave him
like
a lot of perspective.
well, I know you guys are going
When
through
she
this with
was
your
sick-
friends. I think like
when she
you-
was sick.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, when Susanna was, it's what Susanna would have wanted. When Susanna,
Susanna was
sick-
the mom in Summer I Turned
when
Pretty that died.
Susanna was sick, you know, he was going through a lot, and I think like he was kind of, you know, he was all moody. And like, you know, I remember this too when I had people going through hard things, is it's like you kind of have like a different vibe going.
Mhm.
And then once she passed, it allowed him to like move on from it and reflect. And because
Yeah.
like when you're in it, I always say like if you're in a tough time, you're in survival mode. Conrad was in survival mode, my
Yeah.
poor guy.
He was not his best
I
self.
empathize with
self.
him.
Well, who
And
is,
Belly was
you know?
out here wanting a
I
piece
remember
of him, and he was
thinking
like, "I'm
when-
sorry, I can't be there for." Oh, so
I remember
hard.
when we went through that hard summer when Maddie was sick, it was like I remember just feeling like I wasn't funny. Like I was like, will I ever
That's
be
a lot
funny
for you
again?
to say that.
Oh my God!
Like I was
Wow.
just
That's
like
the most tragic.
That
I
is
just remember
statement.
thinking,
more tragic
like,
than me being sick. To be
I
honest,
wasn't really laughing. What?
No, I'm kidding.
You what?
We're kidding. That was more
We're
tragic.
totally kidding.
What?
I said that's more tragic than me being sick, and I was like, maybe
I
not.
beg to differ.
Love the inappropriate sense of humor.
Yeah, it's so dark. Sorry, we're fine now.
That's how we've
Don't
gotten through
worry.
it.
Yeah.
Dark sense of humor.
We're fine.
I do think I have a dark sense of humor, and I don't know if it's because of that.
Do you?
I think I do.
I don't think your
You
humor
can.
is that dark.
Not like dark. Like there's definitely people who have way darker sense of humor than me,
Yeah.
but it's like it's on the cusp.
You know who had a really dark sense of humor was Grandpa Dietz.
Oh yeah, my
He had a
grandpa
very
had.
dark.
It's
sense
kind of
of humor.
British.
It's very British humor.
Very
yeah.
British humor.
To
That's
our
why I could
understanding.
say anything.
British
to
people
him.
could be watching this and be like,
What?
They'd be like, "What are you talking
No,
about?"
but yeah, he was.
Sorry,
like,
that was a
what?
terrible British accent.
really
I'm
bad.
so sorry to the
But
surviving
our-
20s
our
girls.
grandpa
yeah,
Dietz-
apologies to the
Our
UK
only
community.
British
I love.
friends.
No. I love.
Oh
I
my
love
gosh.
grandpa so much, and I remember
He was one of the ones that passed away.
Guys, we're getting
during
so
that
he
time.
off
was.
topic.
No, but
No,
I was
we're
just
not.
gonna
We are
say
on
quickly
topic.
that I
Oh,
could
okay.
say I could say anything to him, and he would not flinch. Like it could be the most insane roast
Yeah, he loved it.
of all time, and he
Don't
would,
even
like,
say roast in front of
cackle.
me right now.
Wait.
We had
God.
we had roast beef
What is
the other day, and my God, thinly sliced roast beef with gravy, and I have not stopped thinking about
You
it.
went from our grandfather, whom we love and miss, to roast beef.
He loved roast beef too.
Actually, he would be cackling right
he
now
would be
over that
cackling.
connection.
Yes, he would find it hilarious. And
Like
you know
I
what?
said,
He'd
that
say,
man's
"You know
sense
what?"
of humor.
Yeah.
And you know what he would say?
Anything.
He would say we should have roast beef next week. That's what he would say.
Say we should have
He would.
Mr.
Beefy.
Beefy.
Yes, he
Say,
would.
let's have Mr. Beefy.
But what
Mr.
I was gonna say that relates to this summer I turned pretty because I know that you guys are going.
And then
through
we gotta
this.
wrap this up because this is getting extremely chaotic.
I know, but I like it. I like it when we.
She goes,
Maddie, we
Get
have
into it.
no wrap it up.
So the last thing whatever. I can't promise
we have
this
to
will be
put
the
the
last
baby
thing I
down
say.
for a nap.
I'm sleepy.
Youngest child.
I don't know if
She's
there's
so
any other
tired.
people. I've seen something. Apparently, Oscar Piastri is sleepy too, but I'm a really sleepy person.
I am too, but I don't like.
I am
I don't
not
like.
a sleepy person.
I don't like
Okay,
napping
sorry,
on
I
nice
completely-
days. Like
Sorry.
if it was raining out, I think I would
Sorry,
nap.
I'm just
Does that
really
make sense?
tired.
Okay,
Maddie, go ahead.
Last thing I'm gonna say here is that
Please.
And this kind of reminds me of the summer I turned pretty too, like talking about the 20s and with Belly and Conrad, like going through hard things, making them come back together and appreciate each other. You guys have been noticing that with your friends right now. And I think it's because when you're teenagers, and this happened to me too, where you're a teenager, you're kind of like in your own world. You don't necessarily like think about other people or like appreciate the really good friends. And then you go through stuff in your teens to 20s that makes you appreciate the people that you have in your life, that it makes you be like, oh wait, that person that I haven't been in touch with is actually a really amazing person. I should get back in touch with them and reconnect.
Yeah, what Maddie's referencing is we've been reconnecting with a lot of old friends, and it's been so much fun.
It's been so fun.
And they've turned into such beautiful people, and it's like so nice to reconnect with, you know, people that knew like a really, you know, young version of yourself that was like maybe even your truest form. You know?
Yeah, it's so true.
And like they knew that part of you. Yeah. And I just was saying that I genuinely, like I stayed in contact with these people, but I did not think as a teenager to reach out. And then you hit your 20s, and at least this happened to me, but it's like I value my close friends and family so much. And then you think back on these people that were an important part of your life when you were younger, and you were like, I should reintegrate them into my life. Like they were so important back then. Yeah. And just because, you know, life, you know, took us away from each other doesn't mean that we can't like come back together and like go through the rest of life together.
Yeah, like it makes you appreciate each other. Like even me and my cousin Mark, who were like, we call each other like fraternal twin cousins.
Yeah, they're the same age
apart, and we like super close growing up. And then in our teen years, you know, like as you do with everyone, you kind of drift a little bit. And then when we got into our 20s at almost the exact same age as Ava and Elle are now, we got really close again. Yeah. And have been close again ever since.
I honestly feel like, last thing I'll say is like the 20s, I really feel like you're coming back to like your younger self, but like
you're
in your adult form.
Actually, you're so right. And, and that's kind of like what happened.
Then you got a 9 to 5.
That actually happened with Belly. Yeah. That happened with Belly at the finale, where she realized, she was like, oh wait, like young me was onto something.
Would have liked this.
She would have wanted this. So it's like, I think that also has
she wished for him on every birthday.
Yes, but reconnecting with your inner child is a crucial part of your 20s that brings you closer to your true friends, to true love. Like I think Summer I Turned Pretty was like the lesson, honestly.
I just think as a teenager, and like as a teenager, I feel like whether you think you are or not, you're pretending in some way, because you're insecure with parts of yourself. And I just think in your 20s, like
it's the only way to get by.
That can still be true. But I just think for me in my 20s, I've really just felt this like sense of calm of like, I don't care what people think. Yeah. I don't care if you like me, because like I like me. And I also think it has a lot to do with like I have a lot of very close friends and family that I know love me for who I am. And so that also gives me confidence.
Yeah.
And I just think like finding your group really like instills that in yourself, and like it's just such a peaceful time of life. Like you're just like, I don't need, even I remember when we started the serving job, I went into it and I was like, I don't need these people to like me. Like I just went in, I was myself, I did my thing, and we ended up finding some great friends out of it. Yeah. But I went into it without this like, because I think as a teenager, you go into everything, you're just like, I need to find people and they need to like me. And like, I don't know if everyone feels that way.
But I think it's part of your journey to finding, like, it's normal to not have friends that you resonate with. It's normal to go through friendship breakups. It's normal to go through all that, because that ultimately leads you to the right people. Yeah. So like trust the process.
And even if you're not, again,
as corny as that sounds.
And Josie Santi talked about this, how she was like pretending in dating, but I think you can pretend in friendships too. And in any relationship in your life. I think like if you're in your 20s, really try to like push, even if it's uncomfortable, but just like
Josie was our last
episode. Have that, she's the most recent episode. By the way, chapter 12.
Chapter 12. But I was just gonna say quickly is just like, I just think at this age, like push yourself to be your true self.
It's like what Josie
even if it's
said,
uncomfortable.
She said it really good. She was like, I dare you to not like me.
Yeah.
You know, like have
and
that.
I just think like if someone, it's like that thing too where it's like your life if someone doesn't like you, and your life if they do like you, like it doesn't change.
Yeah,
it's the same. Your life is the same.
If people judge you, if they do all this stuff,
you lose yourself. You lose yourself when you pretend for too long.
Yeah.
So I think like in your 20s, like really just be yourself, and it's like probably gonna be scary at first, but I think you just have to like push through that, and then it's like a practice. Like the more you do push yourself to be yourself, then like you will just naturally be that way, and then you'll care less and less what other people think, and you'll just like it's a habit.
The last
I think
little,
it's a practice.
Yeah, and the last little thing I'm going to say.
I don't trust you.
The last little thing.
What?
I don't trust that this is the last little thing that you're going to say.
I thought you said to me you don't trust me. I was like,
what I just
no, what I was
so
going to say is just that I'm like in my mid 20s
do a yawn
now,
count for
and
me
I
in
think
this
that
episode.
like in my early 20s, I was very caught up in like, okay, well, I mean, actually early 20s, I was caught up in being sick, so I can't really say that I was caught up in anything
My
else.
girl
But, like,
was.
let's laugh about it.
So funny, not traumatizing at all. So
You've been to therapy, you're fine.
I had 6 years of therapy, but we're here now.
My girl ain't cheap.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
Worth it.
It's worth it, honestly.
I know, but I think about sometimes with like, what if you can't afford it?
Some people don't have the means, and that's sad.
I think
wish
there's a
mental
lot of
health care was
options
free.
that are free.
There are options that are free, but the one that you needed wasn't free.
No, it wasn't.
She needed EMDR.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But what I was going to say is just that something that made us like, I had like one of your childhood friends visited last week and was talking about a couple of things that just put a lot into perspective.
Yeah.
Because I just thought like that I was so caught up in success as like a young teen.
Yeah.
And then now like I realize that there's things like I have things that like no amount of money, no amount of fame, no amount of whatever can buy or have.
Yeah.
You know, like I was like, wow, like this is really important, and just made me realize that.
Deep connections with friends, family.
Yeah, like this, like there's you could be the most successful person in your 20s, and you could, not, like I don't know, it just it put.
I'm gonna say
a lot
this
of
one
things in
last thing.
perspective.
Sorry, I don't know if this is on or off topic, but it's
Yeah.
just a thought that I
I
had.
don't know.
I also think, like if you have true friends, and if you do this, and you don't get a good response, maybe they aren't your true friends. But like talking about things that like are uncomfortable helps you deepen your relationships and your connection to friends and family.
100%.
Like voicing the inner concerns and fears and
vulnerabilities,
like
Be vulnerable like
with,
Belly.
Yeah,
your true friends
talk
will
about that with
want
your,
to help you.
Yeah, talk about that with your friends and your family, like people that you trust. And I just feel like
we actually do this thing with our best friend Jenna, where if like Ava was crashing out last week and we were supposed to see Jenna because she lives like 30 seconds away from us, and we were like, we'll just like go for a walk and chat and stuff because we need to chat about everything. Yeah. And Ava was like crashing out, and I was like, Ava, like do you want me to tell her? Do you not want to talk about it? Whatever. And then I remembered that our best friend told us one time that she was like, I was having a #20s moment. And now we literally will text each other that. And I said to Ava, I was like, can I just tell her you're having a #20s moment?
Yeah, like I was like, sorry, I need to push this for like 10 more minutes.
30 or like 10, 30 more minutes because she was like
having
crying.
a 20s moment. And I just wanted to stop crying before I saw her because I was just like, I'm going to save her that trouble. But then when I did see her, I talked it through with her, and it made me feel better because it was just like, she's going through the same things. Like I also think the joy of like, family is so amazing. They help you through those moments. But the joy of like friends your age who like get it because they're going through the same things. Like nobody gets it like the other people that are
So you should
age.
text your friends, I'm having a #20s moment, because that's what we say to
just
our
like don't
friends.
shy away from those conversations because I just feel like it made me feel better. I mean, I'm also very grateful. I have a great best friend. But like I think search for those connections because they really do help. But
I think we can
end it there. This has been all over the damn place.
Well, I think it was good
fun.
conversation sparkers talking about.
Sparking conversation.
But I hope you weren't confused if you haven't seen The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend reading the books. Show was great too. Just honestly, like I said before, psychologically rich in weird ways.
Emotionally
it is
or
teeny bop.
psychologically?
They say psychologically, which I agree because it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like, grief and all that. I mean, emotionally too, I guess. I don't know, but
emotional realism, that's a whole other tangent that we don't have time
go on
for.
those. But anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed. And please comment below if you're having a #20s moment.
Tell us about your 20s moments.
DM us if you're having a #20s moment. Maybe we can help you.
Yeah. I also want to start
even if you just need someone to vent to.
Yeah.
We'll read our
I've
DMs.
been wanting to do like like if people have questions that we can like answer. So if anyone has those, you
or
can
just
DM
talk
us.
about.
Or just,
So
yeah,
that
or just
if you're
talk
curious about what our thoughts
because like we're not
are,
professionals, but like we could, we could rant for
You
a
know
good
we can
portion of
speak to a
time.
you just want to
topic.
have a little convo about it.
Yeah, let us know. I don't know if anyone's interested in that, but if you are, please
Give
reach
us a
out.
holler.
Yeah, I hope everyone has a splendid day. Thank you for listening.
Happy 20s.
Happy 20s.
that
That
sounds
was
so bad.
unfortunate.
I'm so sorry.
I actually didn't
Bye.
mind it.
You didn't mind it?
I didn't mind
You
that.
gotta go put Elle to bed.
I heard
Yeah,
happy
bye.
20s and I
Yeah.
thought, wow, what a nice thing to end with.
Go to bed. Elle's gonna have a nap.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.